Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Alex, and in today's video we are checking out Amazon's Fire 7 9th Gen tablet. So the tablet I've got is in this blue colour. I'm not quite sure what the technical term for it is, but it's like a light blue colour. The specs wise, it's got a 7-inch screen. The megapixels is 1024 by 600, so it's not that great. The storage has got 16 gigabytes, 1 gigabyte of RAM, which is pretty low. It's got your speakers here on the side. The other generations they had at the back. On the side you've got the slot to expand your storage. So I think it goes up to, you can put in 512 gigabytes of memory card in there, which is quite chunky. You've got your power button here, you've got your charging port here, I think that's the mic. You've got your you've got your headphone jack here, and you've got your volume controls here. So that's a few the specs on this. Build wise, it's pretty basic. It's, you know, the screen is LED and the material, you know, plasticky. It looks like a matte finish, but it's plastic. I forgot to mention it's got a 2 megapixel camera at the back, and it's got a 2 megapixel at the front as well. So that's the specs. In terms of software, it's running a forked version of Android, meaning that what Amazon have done is they've heavily customized it to their version that they wanted, purely to lock people into the Amazon ecosystem. They've got loads of options that you'll see in a minute when I turn it on. But what I've done with the tablet is, because I didn't like that Amazon launcher and the way it looks, I kind of installed Google Play Store, which it doesn't have built in, and you have to kind of sideload it in. So which is what I've done. So if I turn my one on, you'll see that this is an Amazon advert. I go in and you're not greeted with the Amazon profile. I've downloaded a custom what do you call it, a launcher, a different launcher. So this is Nova launcher. People with familiar with Android, they know what it is. It's quite a popular launcher. So normally you see an Amazon profile, but I've changed it because I don't like it. I like the Android kind of layout, so I've done that and got rid of the Amazon profile. So what I've done is I've got Nova launcher here, and then I've downloaded Google Play Store, and I've downloaded a few applications so you can see everything working basically. So what I'll do first is go into settings and show you that it is indeed an Amazon device. So if I go to options, you'll see that it's the Fire 7 9th generation, and I made a few mods on it as well, nothing too major. If you want to see a video of how to get Google Play Store on it, because it doesn't come with it, you have to kind of sideload it in. I've done a bit of research and got those in, so I can do a video on that if you guys want to see that. But for the time being, I'll show you. I'll do a few kind of opening some applications, see how well it kind of performs. So what I'll do first is go into Google and see how that runs. So I'll go to BBC News. At the moment I'm offline. I don't think I can reach the internet, it's pretty far away. Okay, it's working. So that's what it looks like. The screen is pretty good, but the resolution is pretty low, so video wise it won't be that great. But in terms of just, I don't know, just viewing web pages and playing basic games, it looks pretty decent. So I'll go back. You can see there's a bit of a lag and stutter when you're going to different when you're scrolling and going to different pages, etc. That's because of the processor is pretty weak, and you're only 1 gig of RAM, which is not that great. So what I'll do is let's go into a game actually and play a bit of a game and see how that runs. So I've downloaded a couple of games. So this is Dead to a 2. It's like a zombie game, and you shoot zombies, etc. So we'll see how that runs. So upon launch time, you can see that if you're using a proper phone with better specs, it would have launched a lot quicker, but it'll get there slowly. I played a few games and I found it okay. one game that didn't work was PUBG. I managed to install it, but it wouldn't. It says the game wasn't compatible, which is a bit of a shame. I've read the HD 10. It's got a better CPU and that works fine. So what I'll do, I'll try to get the HD 10 and do a review on that and see if I can get that working. So I'm going in. As you can see, the graphics isn't that bad, but because it's a smaller tablet, you can't see that it's the resolution being as bad. But some games you'll see that it's pretty bad, and you see some of the icons and things like that are pretty pixelated. But in terms of what you're going to use it for, I mean, if you're just going to do some basic videos, watching videos, so you can see it's pretty decent. It's not that bad. I'm playing. There's no, what I've noticed, it's got no lags in it, so it's pretty good, cheap, device. I mean, at the moment they're £50 on Amazon. During Amazon Prime it was about £30. I picked this up from someone else who didn't want the who didn't like the device, so they bought it and then they got rid of it. So I got a bit of a bargain. So you can see I'm just moving around, and there's some lag, but it's not that bad. It's still playable. You can see this is a 3D game, which is quite demanding on the CPU, but it's still, it's still working fine, and I'm able to move around. You might get the occasional stutter, but it's okay. You can see there's quite a lot of intense stuff going on. There's a bit of lag. So what I'll do now is come off this game and go into a different game, and I'll show you how a different game works. So stop this now. So what I'm starting up now is Mortal Kombat. This is a bit more intensive. I've had a few tries on it, and graphic looks quite good on this tablet, but there was noticeable lag, and sometimes it does crash. So that's one thing to bear in mind if you buy a tablet like this and you want to play games on it. You won't be able to play really intensive, graphic demanding games, but the basic 2D games, they work fine. I mean, you saw me playing the 3D game, which is quite demanding, but I think this game is a little bit more demanding than the other games, so you might notice a lot more lags, and some games might not be compatible just because the CPU is quite weak and the RAM is not that high. So you can see it's taking a bit of time to load up. We'll give it a few more seconds, and then I'll come back into the game once it's launched. Okay, so finally I managed to get into the bit where you start the fight, so let's go in there now. And it's loading up. I mean, you can see it's pretty decent. I mean, for a cheap device like this, you can't really be expecting something that is going to be performing as, an iPad or something like that, really expensive. But for someone who wants really basic, gaming, just using it online, watching YouTube videos, this is more than enough, to be honest. The only problem is that the screen is pretty small, so you might want to get something a bit bigger. So as you can see, it's a bit laggy. You can see it's kind of, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So I don't know how to play this game, so I haven't played this in a long time, but this is more of a demo just to show you how it works. So it's kind of okay. It's not, I wouldn't say it's playable, but it kind of does kind of work. So I just swapped out to player and then use a different one. I don't know how to play this game, so I'm just doing whatever, just smashing the screen, just pressing random buttons and hoping for the best. But there you go, that's a demo of Mortal Kombat on this tablet. So I'm going to come out of this, and what I'll do is I'll go into YouTube. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll launch YouTube and show you what the videos look like and how the speaker sounds as well. So what I'll do is go to my profile and show you one of my old videos. So the volume's at the top, let's put that all the way to the top, and then let's watch this video. Listen to that snap again, it's proper addictive, see? Oh, it feels like some brake, but it's not, it's like So there you go, that's the speaker test, and what I'll do is I'll show you what the resolution goes up to. So it does go up to 720, even though it says 600 pixel display. I'm not sure how 720p is working, but you can see it's working fine. The video quality is pretty decent, and it's able to handle video pretty well, so that's pretty cool. What I'll do now is go into, say, Prime, for instance, Prime Video, and stream a few videos and see what that looks like. So let's go back home, Prime Video, and I'll just put a random movie in so you can see how it streams. So at the moment it's got good connection. My router is like 3 floors down, so I'm on the top floor, so it's picking up. That's another good test actually. It's picking up good signal from the Wi-Fi, which is 2 floors down. So I don't know, let's watch this. Watch now. At the moment the screen brightness is maximum, so that's why it looks quite vibrant. But if you're if you're in a dark area and you want to put the screen down, it's how it looks like. So it's at maximum at the moment. Put the volume up. I think that's the adverts. Skip that. Let's go forward a little bit. And there you go, that's what the screen looks like. Let me just zoom in a little bit so it looks a little bit better. So that's your full screen now. And that's what it looks like. So streaming videos pretty well, no issues there. Let's go out of this. What else can I show you? I think that's it really. The other thing that I kind of play is Clash Royale, but that's a 2D game, don't need to worry about that. Here's a Play Store working on this device. So normally if you didn't load this on, you'll be using the Amazon Play Store, or whatever it's called, and you won't have access to Google Play Store, but I loaded this on, and it's now being used like a Android device, which is pretty cool. So you can download any apps you want. And yeah, you can do that. Pretty cool. So there you go. This is the review on the Amazon Fire 7 tablet.